Hello students, good morning. I am Prem Gupta, your English teacher. Dear students, today we will discuss the poem that is The Quarrel. It is given in your Honeysuckle book in chapter number 3. Dear students, this is the poem about a quarrel between brother and sister, which is given in your book at the page number 39. You just open the page number 39 of this book, Honeysuckle of English Literature. Okay, just see here. Dear students, this is the poem that is based on quarrel of a brother and sister. That is, there is a quarrel between brother and sister. You can see here in the poem, in the beginning of the poem, it is written, before starting the poem, it is written what? It is common for brother and sister to quarrel. Dear students, we all know that it is very common that there is a quarrel between brother and sister. In our houses, in our family, we can also see that we fight with our sister, and our sister also fight with us. Okay, students? Although sometimes they may not even able to say why they are quarreling. And sometimes the situation is like that we don't know that what is the main reason of the quarrel, but we are fighting. We don't know the reason why do we fight, but we are fighting. We fight with each other, but we don't know the reason. But how long do such quarrel last, and for how long it goes, it runs, and when, how do they end, and how the quarrel ends. In this poem we will see that there is a poetess, Eleanor Farjeon is a poetess, and she has composed in this poem that how she is fighting with her brother. Okay, students, first of all, we will read this poem. Just see here. I quarreled with my brothers. I don't know what about. One thing led to another, and somehow we fell out. The start of it was slight. The end of it was strong. He said he was right. I knew he was wrong. And come to the next stanza. We hated one another. The afternoon turned black. Then suddenly my brother thumped me on the back and said, "Oh, come along. We can't go on all night." It was in the wrong. So he was in the right. Dear students, this poem is divided into 2 stanzas, and each stanza contains 8 lines. And now we will see the explanation of this poem. Just see here. Here the poetess is saying that I quarrel. Here I refers to the poetess. Poetess is saying that I quarrel with my brother. The poetess is saying that she quarrels with her brother. And for what? I don't know what about. Here the poetess is saying that she don't know for what reason, for what cause she is fighting with her brother. She don't know what about. What about means what are the reasons of fighting. She don't know the reason, but she is fighting with her brother. Okay, just see here. I don't know what about. What about means the matter. She don't know the matter. What was the matter of fighting? But she was still fighting. Okay, I don't know what about. One thing led to another. One thing led to another means from one matter to another matter. Led to means lead to. यानी कि एक मैटर से दूसरे मैटर पे जाते हैं लड़ने के लिए. Just here, one thing led to another. Here the poetess is saying that she led to she quarrel in the beginning on any other matters, and in the middle they fight with the another matter, and they in the end they fight with the another matter. It means one thing led to the another. Okay, just see here, and one thing led to another. It means one matter goes to another matter, and somehow we fail out. And somehow we fail out. Here, students, fail out means fight or arguments. Here, the word fail out means arguments. And somehow we fail out. Fail out means fight. Fail out means fight or arguments. It means both are doing arguments to each other. And somehow we fail out. Here the poetess is saying that, and they were fighting with each other. They don't know the reason for why and what are the reasons of fighting. They don't know that matter. And one thing led to the another, and somehow we fail out. And somehow, and in this way, both are fighting, both are quarreling, both are doing arguments with each other. Okay, come to the next. The start of it was slight. Slight means very small. Here the word slight means very small. The matter start, the quarrel start with the slight matter, a small matter. But what happened next? The end of it was strong. Strong means very big. Here the strong refers to the very big matter. The starting of the quarrel is very low. There was no big matter. But the end of that quarrel is very strong. That was very big matter. Okay, just see here. The start of it is very slight. Slight means very small. And the end of it was strong. It means in the end of the quarrel, they were doing fighting with each other. And the matter is very strong. There is a very big matter. In the beginning, it was very slight. It was very small matter. But in the end of the quarrel, it was very strong matter. And he said he was right. And her brother said that he was right. The brother said that he was right. The brother said he was right. But what happened? I knew he was wrong. But the poetess was saying that she knew that her brother is wrong. Here, both are thinking that they were right. The brother was thinking that he is right, and the sister was thinking that she is right. Now see here, he said he was right. The brother was saying that he is right, and I knew he was wrong. But the poetess was saying that she knew that her brother is wrong. Okay, so in this stanza, the poetess is talking about, here the poetess is feeling nostalgic. Here the poetess is saying that she quarreled with her brother, but she don't know for what cause, for what reason she is fighting with her brother. And one thing led to another, and one matter led to the another matter. Okay, and next somehow we fall out, and in this way both are fighting, both are doing argument to each others. And the start of it was slight, and the starting of the quarrel was very slow, and it was very slight. It was not very big matter, but the end of it was strong. Here the strong refers to the very big matter. Okay, so here end of the quarrel is very strong, and he said he was right, and the brother said that he is right. But what happened? I knew he was wrong. But the sister knew that her brother is wrong. Okay, students, so this is all about the paragraph number first, that is stanza first. And in the second stanza, what do we find? Just see here, we hated one another. Here the poetess is saying that we hated one another. Both were hating to each other. And the afternoon turned black. Here, afternoon turned black, students. Turned black means here unpleasant. Here, turned black means unpleasant. That means that is not pleasant. Unpleasant. Unpleasant. Dear students, just see here, turned black means unpleasant. And the afternoon turned black. It means they were fighting since morning and the afternoon turned black. यानी कि पूरा दोपहर क्या हो गया, खराब हो गया लड़ाई झगड़े में. And then suddenly my brother thumped me on the back. And then what happened? The brothers came near to the sister and he thumped. Thump means patted. Patted means thapthapana. You see here, thump means patted. Here thump means patted. I am writing here patted. P-A-T-T-E-D. Here thump means patted. Thump me on the back. Here thump me on the back means यानी उसकी पीठ पे थपथपाया and said, what he said? Oh, come along. And now the brother is saying to and the brother is patted on the back of his sister and said, what said? Come along. कि अब चलो साथ आ जाओ, अब गुस्सा छोड़ो. And come along, we can't go on all night. And we can't do this. We can't go in such a way, in this unpleasant way, till the night. Okay, stop quarreling. The brother was requesting to the sister that stop quarreling. And we can't go all night. I was in the wrong. Now the brother is accepting. In this line, the brother is accepting his fault. And he was saying that I was in the wrong, so he was in the right. So in this way, so he was in the right. Here the brother said that he is wrong, and then the sister accepted and she was saying he was in the right. Now he is right. It means after realizing the mistakes, after accepting the mistakes, the sister has forgiven her brother. Okay, students, so this is all about the poem. In this poem we have seen that there is a quarrel between brother and sister. In the beginning both were quarreling, but they don't know the reason for what they are quarreling, and the quarrel starts in the beginning very slight, but it ends with the big. It ends was very strong. And but here also one matter leads to the another matter. Okay, and here the brother was saying that he is right, but his sister knows that his brother is her brother is wrong. And in the second stanza we are seeing that here the brother went to the here in the beginning of the line we have seen that both were hating to each other, and in this way the whole day has been turned black. Whole afternoon turned black. Turned black means unpleasant, that is not pleasurable. And then suddenly my brother thumped, thumb means patted on the back of his sister, and he said that, oh, come along and can't go all night. And the brother was requesting to the sisters that we can't do that, we can't quarrel till the night, all night. I was in the wrong. Here he was saying that he was wrong, and here again when he accepted the faults, she was saying that he was in the right. Okay, students, so this is all about the poem. You try to understand the poem, read it carefully, If you have any kind of confusion, you can ask in the WhatsApp group or in the comments. Okay, students. Dear students, in the previous classes we were discussing the chapter number 3, Taro's Reward. In this chapter, in this story, I have explained that story, as well as I have completed the word meaning, question answer and other exercises also. Dear students, I had given a homework that is given at the page number 35. So students, just open the book and put out the pencil. Now we will do the exercises which was left on that day. So just open. I hope that you all have understood the poem. Okay, you will read it. That is not very difficult. So just open the book and put out the pencil. Now we will do the exercises that was left in the previous classes. Now just see. Here students, I had given the homework exercise number C. It is given at the page number 35 of your honeysuckle book. Just here, arrange the words below in the pair that rhymes. Here students, you have to arrange that word with rhyming words. Rhyming means the pronunciation of the ending pronunciation of that word. For example, we can see young, and in the same pronunciation we can say lung. Okay, money is there, sunny, money, sunny. Okay, in such a way. Here some words are given in your book, and there are some words that is young, sad, money, chop, lung, last, wax, good, bad, sound, axe, wood, way, stop, sunny, fast, round, day. These are the words given in this exercise, and you have to match, you have to pairs the rhyming words. So I am going to complete the exercise number C, which is given at the page number 35. It is given at the page number 35 of your honeysuckle book. Just see here. Here we will write here. There is enough space, students. In this space, you will write with the help of pencil. Sad is, first of all, we will write the sad. What would be the rhyming words for that? Bad. B-A-D. Okay. Chop. C-H-O-P. Okay, chop. We can say stop. The next word, last. L-A-S-T. L-A-S-T. Last. Here we can say fast. F-A-S-T. Next, way. Dear students, way is there. There is not any suitable, but we can, sorry, that is not way, that is wax. Okay, wax. And so we can say here axe. Okay, and other words we can see could. Could is given here, we can write would. Here L is silent, students. We cannot read it could. That is could, and that is would. Way. Way is there. There will be day. Way, day, day. Sound. There is a word sound, and you will write here round. Okay. So in this way, you match the rhyming words. You write the rhyming words in your book. No need to write in the notebook. Here we will write sad, bad, chop, stop, last, fast, wax, axe, could, would, way, day, sound, round. Okay, we can see the rhyming words D, D, way, A, Y, Y, D, 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 P, P, T, T, X, X. Okay, so this is the rhyming words which is given in the exercise number C of page number 35. Okay, students, turn the page number 36. There is also exercise number D. In this exercise number D, you have to fill in the blanks with the words from the boxes. There is a helping box. In the boxes there are so many words written, and with the help of these words we have to fill the blanks given in the exercise. lonely, little, hard, young, thoughtful, delicious, beautiful. These are the words given in the helping box. You can see it at the page number 36, and here a paragraph is written, and there are so many blank, and you have to fill the suitable words in the given blanks. Okay, just see here. I am going to erase this exercise. Students, just see it. Here we can see in the book, a ... woodcutter lived in a. In the first blank, dear students, in the first blank, exercise number D and exercise number D, question number first. Here some words are given, you have to fill here. A young. Dear students, in the first blank, you will fill the young. In the first blank, dear students, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lines are there. In the line number first, that is the line number first. In the first line, there are 2 blanks. In the first blank, you will fill a young. A is already written, so you will fill here young. So the sentence will be, a young woodcutter lived on a blank is given here, on a lonely. In the second blank, you will fill the lonely. Okay, so sentence will be, a young woodcutter lived on a lonely hillside. Okay, in the first line of the exercise number D1, you will fill in the first blank young, in the second blank lonely. And come to the next. He was a thoughtful. He was a thoughtful. In the second line of the first blank, you will fill, he was a thoughtful son. Thoughtful means caring. He was a thoughtful son who worked hard. And in the second blank, you will fill the hard. Okay? Who worked hard but earned little money. Earned little money. Little money. Earned little money. One day he saw a what? Beautiful. He saw a beautiful. One day he saw a beautiful waterfall hidden behind a rock. He tasted the water. And in the third line there is no blanks. In the fourth line there is no blanks, so we will not fill it. And in the fourth line it is written what? Waterfall hidden behind a rock. He tasted the water and found it delicious. In the fifth, in the last blank, you will fill the delicious. Okay, students, there are 7 blanks in this paragraph, and you have to fill in the first blank young, in the second blank lonely, in the third blank thoughtful, in the fourth blank you will fill hard, in the fifth blank you will fill little, and in the sixth blank you will fill beautiful, in the seventh you will fill delicious. Okay, students, so just fill it in this way. Your paragraph will be what? A young woodcutter lived. A young woodcutter lived on a lonely hillside. He was thoughtful son who worked hard but earned little money. One day he saw a beautiful waterfall behind a rock. He tasted the water and found it delicious. Okay, students, so in this way the exercise number D1 has been completed. And come to the exercise number 2. Okay, students, just see here in the second exercise, what is there? What is the question? Find these sentences in the story and fill in the blanks. Here again filling the blanks is given, and this made Taru ... than ever. What made Saru? Sadder. Here in the first blank Students, in the first blank you will fill the sadder, sadder. Okay, this made Taro sadder than ever. It is given in the paragraph number 3rd. You can see from there. Okay, and come to the next. He decided to work ... Then before he decided to work harder. Dear students, here in the second question you will fill the harder, harder, harder than ever. Next morning Taro jumped out of bed ... than usual, earlier than usual. So you will fill here in the third blank earlier, earlier, earlier than ever, usual. Okay, and fourth, just here, fourth, he began to choke even faster. Here in this blank you will fill the faster. He began to choke even faster. And come to the question number 5. What is question number 5? The next morning Taro started for work even earlier than, earlier, even earlier than the morning before. Okay, next morning Taro started for work even earlier than the morning before. So students, in the exercise number 2nd, D second, in the first blank you will fill sadder, in the second question you will fill harder, in the third question you will fill earlier, in the fourth question you will fill faster, and in the fifth question you will fill the earlier. Okay students, so in this way we have completed the exercise D, which is given at the page number 36. Okay, dear students, just open the page number 38. Here some words are given. Just see here page number 38, dictation. There is a dictation given. Your teacher will speak the words given below. Write against each 2 new words that rhyme it. We have to write here 2 new words that is rhymed with that. For example, bed is there, so you can write said with the rhyming words bed. Okay, in this way you have to write. I will tell you what to write. Okay students, I hope that you all have completed the exercise number D, which is given at the page number 36. Now in the 37 there is no exercises that you have to do, and come to the page number 38. Page number 38, and in this page number you have to do the dictation. Here the first word is given, bed. First one is already given. You have to fill. There are 2 blanks and you have to fill here. In the first blank you can write bed. Okay, you can write bed, or in here you can write the said. Okay, just write down. Second, wax is given here. Okay, we have to write the rhyming words. Wax is given here. You can say here tax, T-A-X, F-A-X, facts. Okay, just do. Question number 3rd, fast is given here. Here the word fast is given, and here you have to fill the 2 words, that is past and last. You can say P-A-S-T, past, and here L-A-S-T, last. You can write like that. Question number 4, chop. Chop is given here. C-H-O-P, chop is given here in your book, and you have to fill 2 rhyming words, like sop is there. You can write sop, or you can write cop. And question number 5, young is there, Y-O-U-N-G. Okay, there are 2 rhyming words that you have to write. Here in the first you can write here lung, and another you can write tongue, T-O-N-G-U-E. Okay, so this is the dictation that I have written. Okay, you also fill in the book only, no need to write in notebook. You will fill it only in your book, which is given at the page number 30. Okay, wait, set. Wax, tax, fax. Fast, past, last. Chop, soap, cope. Young, lung, tongue. Okay, students? So, in this way, we have completed it. Okay? In the poem, there is nothing to do. Here, working with the poem, just open and just see here. With your partner, try to guess the meaning of underlined phrases. Here, underlined phrases given, and somehow we fail out. Here, underlined words are fail out, phrase. In the second question, the afternoon turned black. Turned black is also a phrase. Here you have to write the meaning. Okay, students, we will complete it also. Working with the poem. It is given at the page number, students, 40. Just open the page number 40. It is given at the page number 40. Here, students, it is given the fail out. Here given underline word is given fail out. Fail out means what? Fail out means quarrel. QUA, quarrel. Okay, just write down quarrel. Fail out means quarreled. And turned black. Second one is given, that is first, and that is second. TURNED, turned black. BLACK. Turned black means here was spoiled due to bad mood. Was spoiled. Spoiled means बर्बाद होना. SPOILED is spoiled due to bad mood. Due to bad mood. Okay, students. So this is all about the exercises given in the chapter number 3, and it is related to the poem. And dear students, one extract based poem you have to complete. I will send you that extract based poem in the WhatsApp group. You will write from there. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you.